Oh, are we live? We're live! Hello everyone, welcome back to the Spider Talk news show, the weekly news show where we bring you all the Spider-Man news of the last week. We stream every single day, 7 PM UK time. For those of you who are watching at a later date, we have got a bunch of topics to discuss today, as you can see on it should be your left-hand side of the screen. We've got Aden Ross apparently buying a Spider-Man 3 suit. We'll get into that. And a bunch of MCU Spider-Man 4 stuff that came out from Jeff Snyder, who is a insider in Hollywood. He has discussed a bunch of these things that we've got on the screen. And then finally, we're going to finish with the Spider-Within trailer, which is obviously a trailer for the Spider-Verse short that came out. 24 Bricks, how are we doing? Welcome, everyone, to the stream. Hopefully, you're all having a good day. If you are, let me know in the chat. It's going to be a good one today because we've got some extra big Spider-Man 4 stuff to talk about, including director, including characters coming in, including filming dates. We've got it all today. It's been a big week. Hi guys, how are we doing? Okay, so I think we step straight into this. I think I'm just gonna actually real quick. I'm just gonna promote the stream just because, you know, gotta promote the stream. Gotta share it about, you know what I mean? Hi Pricemore, how we doing? Kept reloading the page, waiting for this. Says 24 Bricks. Well, I'm here. I was almost really late, but I actually turned out not to be, which is good. But yeah, hopefully everyone's having a good day. Right, let's share the stream. Just gonna create a post. Streaming now. There we go. Let's go. Hi, Champion Artists. How we doing? We don't step into the news. We swing into it. Damn right. 24 Breaks knows what it is. He knows what it is. Right, let's do this then. So, Aden Ross buys the Spider-Man 3 symbiote suit. Now, this is I'm doing this piece of news first just because it's probably the least relevant piece of news we've got, and I want to get it out of the way. I can't be bothered to talk about it later after the really good Spider-Man 4 talk that we're going to have. We're going to have an amazing Spider-Man 4 talk. So, you know, I'm just wanting to get this out of the way with here, right? Apparently, the streamer, Aden Ross, has bought the Spider-Man symbiote suit. I'm hearing rumors of this has happened. I really hope not, because he's I won't say he's annoying. He's over ambitious as a streamer, right? He's one of those guys that'll do anything for clicks. Including, hopefully, not wear this suit. And if he does, I'm going to be really mad. Because this is, as a Spider-Man fan, this is a piece of art. I'm called Aden, but it's not spelled like that. It's I'm pretty sure... Oh, is it Aden? Oh, right, okay. Okay, yeah, Aden Ross's name is like that. But anyway, yeah, so that was that piece of news. Don't know what you guys think about it. I'm not very happy about it. Only because I'm just scared of what he'll do to it. But, either way, let's move on. So, Spider-Man 4 director. Oh my god. Hi, Ravenous Puncher, how are we doing? Okay, Spider-Man 4 director. So, this is what the stream is titled for a huge reason. Or it's what it's got in the thumbnail. Because this is huge news. Hey, Cosmic Bazooka, how are we doing? SR Striker, welcome to the stream. So, basically, the Spider-Man 4 director is huge, right? So, we are apparently going to be getting Justin Lin as the director for Spider-Man 4, right? This is the top pick for Sony Pictures at this moment in time. Obviously, this is not confirmed or anything, but it's almost over the line, according to Jeff Snyder. Jeff Snyder, a massive leaker in the community. Obviously, we always cover Daniel RPK, we cover Alex Perez. Jeff Snyder, I haven't spoken about Jeff Snyder for years. I can't remember the last time he leaked something, but he's been on a low, or maybe I just haven't seen anything from him. I don't know. But he's back. He's back. Jeff Snyder, a very reliable insider. He's been in the game for years now. And he is saying to us that we are going to be getting Justin Lin as the director. Now, some of you won't know who Justin Lin is. Justin Lin isn't the most popular director in Hollywood. However, he has done films like the Fast and Furious films. Some of them, I think he did like 5 of them or something. No, he did the bad ones, which, you know, take that as you will. He's also done other films on the side, a few indie films as well. So he's not very well known in comparison to the likes of Drew Goddard, John Watts, all the others that have been rumored for the role. So yeah. What's up, Lewis? We got some major Spider news. We do, says Dave. I want Drew Goddard personally, says Ravenous Puncher. Yep. Ahmad says, I hear they're deciding between the Fast and Furious director or the one from the Daredevil producers. Yes, so that's Drew Goddard or Justin Lin. Justin Lin apparently is in pole position for the role at the moment. Due to director Fast and Furious movies 3 to 6, the good ones, and Star Trek Beyond, he's got Source. Well, the thing is, I haven't seen Fast and Furious, but according to reviews, apparently they're the bad ones. I don't know. I've never seen them, so you guys will have to let me know. Is Jeff reliable like Daniel RPK? Jess? Oh my God, who's Jess? Jeff is reliable, yes. Watts ain't coming back no matter what. Well, I don't know, because rumors about a year ago were stating, and kind of recently as well, that John Watts is wanted back in the role, but I don't think John Watts wants to do it, personally. He did some of the good ones too, says Ahmad. Fast X is considered the best one out of the series. Well, I read the reviews for that one. Apparently, that one's not very good. But I don't know if that's just I don't know if that's just critics being critics, right? Maybe the fans loved it. I've only seen Fast X, but not the first 9 and the spin-off. Can't wait for the new Spider-Man cartoon. Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. But anyway, so yeah, Justin Lin is in the driver's seat for Spider-Man 4, which is interesting. I mean, I'm interested to see what his takes will be like. I've heard the Fast and Furious action sequences are meant to be pretty good. So, I mean, at least we might be getting some good action, which is pretty cool. Hopefully no cars. And imagine Spider-Man fighting on a car or something. I don't know. After those criticism with his previous movies, says SR Striker, Justin Lin is 100% Sony's choice, says Ravenous Puncher. I imagine he is. I imagine Sony gets final pick over the director anyway. But anyway, that's the news on the director for Spider-Man 4. Huge news. Let's move swiftly on then to Zendaya will return. Actually, before we do that, and before I tell you exactly what's going on with the Zendaya stuff, you guys aren't going to want to miss this. So, do you want Justin Lin as the director for Spider-Man 4? Cosmic Bazooka said he's done more good than bad. I'm just a bit worried. I think any director that comes into... I mean, it's not because it's a Spider-Man film, right? It's not because it's a Spider-Man film. It's because there have been... It's because there have been three Spider-Man movies before the fourth one, right? Obviously, right? There's been 3. Justin Lin, or whoever comes in as the director, has to live up to the first 3 films. They have to live up to Spider-Man No Way Home. They have to live up to Spider-Man Homecoming. Far From Home, you know what? Maybe it's not considered the best one, but still, it's an okay movie. Like, people only hate it because the other 2 are really good, right? Far From Home generally isn't. Spider-Man 4 could absolutely stink. Absolutely stink the whole gaff out, right? It really could. So this director has huge shoes to fill. Not only because Spider-Man's the most popular superhero, but because there have been 3 critically acclaimed, financially acclaimed movies before it that, you have to do well. So, hey, at least Justin is a director that can put Source, says Cosmic Bazooka. They probably won't, but the Russos should do it. The Russos would go hard, by the way. The Russos would go really hard. But yeah, anyway, let's talk about Zendaya. So, most of you are saying yes on the Justin Lin for Spider-Man 4. Let's move on to talk about... I'm going to end that poll real quick because this is going to get very saucy. Okay, let's start another poll, shall we? So, do you want... I know Ravenous Puncher's answer, by the way, because I've heard his viewpoint many a times. Zendaya to return in MCU Spider-Man 4. Now, this is the next piece of information. Once again, coming in from Jeff Schneider. He has said that apparently... Okay, so this is where it's a big story. So buckle in, right? Put your seatbelts on, get your coffee, get your popcorn. Let me tell you a story, right? Let me tell you a story. So the way this started was yesterday. It's really interesting because this started yesterday with something not Spider-Man related at all. This started yesterday when it was confirmed by HBO that they are delaying Euphoria Season 3. Now, Euphoria Season 3, for those of you who don't know, obviously stars Zendaya, Sydney Sweeney, but most importantly stars Zendaya. obviously who plays MJ in the Spider-Man films, right? They confirmed they're delaying it, right? Euphoria Season 3. And all the actors were told, apparently, go find other projects while you wait, because we're not filming for a while. We don't know why it was delayed. People theorized it was writing issues. People theorized it was, they couldn't get the screenplay together. People theorized various different things. HBO, Warner Brothers, who knows, right? Hi, Coolman, how we doing? Lewis, coffee and popcorn don't go well together. Absolutely right. Coffee's the first thing I thought of, though. I need coffee. I'm really tired. But either way, Euphoria Season 3, delayed, right? That was yesterday. Not Spider-Man related at all. But then, right? But then, today, it came out from Jeff Schneider, once again, Insider, who revealed that apparently the reason Euphoria Season 3 got delayed is because Zendaya, the main star of that show, has commitments to Spider-Man. Which confirms that Zendaya is returning for MCU Spider-Man 4, and it can't be a small role. It has to be a big role. If a whole season of Euphoria is getting delayed for a Spider-Man film, which, by the way, they shoot in what? They shoot in 2-3 months nowadays. They don't shoot for very long. A show can shoot for 6 months. They're shooting for 2-3 months at the most. At the very most, right? If Zendaya's role is small, she's not even going to be there that much. If she was in a small role, this suggests she's going to be one of the main stars. So, this is the story that we've got at the moment. And it, because of Euphoria Season 3. Which, by the way, great show. Euphoria, I think, is really well written. To be honest with you, I'm going to be honest with you. I am a Spider-Man fan, so I do have bias. I would rather see Spider-Man 4 over Euphoria Season 3. But if I'm looking towards more of like from a writing standpoint, like give me Euphoria Season 3 because I trust that more than Spider-Man 4 at the moment. But either way, I can tolerate Zendaya in a small role, but not Ned Leeds. Ned Joke Leeds needs to stay away. Jesus Christ, okay. Ravenous Puncher going in on Ned Leeds. If Zendaya is in Spider-Man 4, she should not play a major role. Having Peter interact with MJ the whole movie undermines his choice at the end of No Way Home. I completely agree. And I would like to see her in a small role because I think eventually they should end up back together. I think that's the natural progression for the story. But I think it should be more of like kind of how they did it originally with Homecoming to Far From Home. The role kind of grew throughout the films. And I think that's the way they should do it. I want Olivia Cook as Mary Jane, says SR Striker. Are you excited for the Penguin show? I am. Do you prefer Spider-Man when he's fighting street-level villains or campy villains like Rhino, Mysterio, Electro? I don't mind. I don't have a preference. I think the way I should view it is I view Spider-Man's villains in like 3 phases. Why did I do it with 2 hands? 3 phases, right? I think there's 3 phases of Spider-Man villains. When he's starting off in his early career, it should be grounded, lower level villains, Kingpin, Hammerhead, Silvermane, all them, right? And then when he kind of gets a few years into his career, it should be the Vultures, the Mysterios, possibly the Doc Ocks, right, of your Spider-Man villains. And then when he gets really deep into his career, it's your Venoms, it's your Green Goblins, it's your Morlunds, it's your Spider-Verse. I reckon that's like the natural progression for Spider-Man villains. It builds up over time. That's my opinion anyway. I don't mind Zendaya returning for MCU Spider-Man 4. I just hope she has red hair this time. You know what? Zendaya looks good with red hair as well, by the way. Because this is the thing. I saw I don't know if it was a Photoshop edit or if Zendaya actually had red hair, but genuinely, it looks amazing. Like, it suits her more than you'd think it would. Because she always, I've never seen Zendaya with any other hair other than her natural hair color. But it actually suits her surprisingly well. So, they could totally do that. I mean, that could be a good way to introduce the red-haired MJ, right? Maybe this is the way in, right? I don't know. As long as they do something where Spidey watches over her from a distance while she's... so kind of like maybe something along the lines of what Peter did to Gwen in TASM 2, maybe just less creepy. I hope Zendaya doesn't show up as a love interest. I agree. Zendaya should either date Morris Bench or Harry Osborn when we see her next. Having Zendaya's MJ can pave a way for Hydra Man in the MCU. That could be pretty cool. I do agree with that. I won't want Ned to be the Hobgoblin because he wasn't really the Hobgoblin and the best friend of being the villain has been done to death already. Do you think that after Tom Holland's Spider-Man 5 and 6 that Peter should be recasted and we get a new Spider-Man trilogy / franchise, or do you think that we should get a Miles Morales solo trilogy? Personally, I think we should get a Miles Morales solo trilogy. I think Miles should be introduced only as a backdoor, only through Spider-Man 4, 5, or 6 as a backdoor pilot to kind of something else. I don't think he should be majorly involved with those films. Finish Peter's stuff off first, and then don't do any more movies with Peter, and then do a Miles Morales solo trilogy with Tom Holland maybe cameoing in, here and there. Wouldn't mind seeing Zendaya as MJ again in Spider-Man 4 as long as they don't ruin the ending of No Way Home. Absolutely. I think we're all on the same page then, right? Do you still think Ned will be Hobgoblin? Yeah, I think he will. I think there's a good chance he will be. I mean, they don't have many villains set up in the MCU with Spider-Man that are like personally connected to him. Scorpion is about the closest thing you're gonna get at the moment. So I think Ned being Hobgoblin is on the horizon. I want the Hydra Man storyline in the MCU if Zendaya returns, introduce some stakes. Have you seen Dune 1 or 2? I've seen them, and Zendaya is so good. I haven't, but Zendaya is an incredible actress, and I've seen her in other things as well, including Euphoria, and she is amazing, yeah. I just rewatched TASM 2 today because I was bored. I don't think people with... I don't like people with mullets. Oh, God. Jesus. Mullets. Oh, no. Luckily, I don't have a mullet. Maybe it kind of looks like a mullet from the front. I don't know. I just want a direct adaptation of MJ in live action. Oh my god, right, okay. I'm just gonna... Sorry, I don't know if I'm like really statting the mic here. This is one thing... By the way, I just gotta point this out. Right? Romantic Avocado has hit the nail on the head here for me. Because I want the same thing, right? Just a mad direct adaptation of MJ. And the thing is, right, I'm alright with... I'm fine, completely dandy with them changing the character to fit the story. They do it all the time, right? That's what an adaptation is for. If it's a direct one-for-one adaptation, there's nothing new about the character, right? You're just copying someone else's work. It's basically plagiarism, right? But, right, we have had very close, if not pretty much 100% comic-accurate representations of Peter Parker, Harry Osborn, loads of the characters before, but never MJ. Spectacular Spider-Man is the only time I can think about that we've had a comic-accurate version of MJ, and she wasn't even the main character. So what are we doing? You know what I mean? The Raimi films didn't exactly go all in. We never got to see her in the TASM films, the MCU as we know. The Spider-Man games, don't get me started on the Spider-Man games. Oh my god, it's Lois Lane, if anything. Man, I'm just sorry. The viewer count went from 19 to 8. These ads are killing people. I'm sorry. I don't know how to make them less. Like, I've got to keep them on. I've got to keep the ads on, unfortunately. I have to keep them on, but I've put them on conservative. I don't know how to... I wonder if I can lower them anymore. Let me see. Yeah, I put let YouTube insert mid-rolls for you, conservative. Yeah, I don't know. This is mad. Either way, yeah. I'm not opposed to Zendaya's return, but she should either be with Timothy's Harry, my fancast, or Morris Bench. Yeah, I mean, could happen. Dune 2 creeped me out while watching it, especially with the mum talking to her unborn baby. I haven't seen the movie. I'm planning on seeing it, though. I think there's a way you can sort of change Zendaya's version of MJ to MJ we all know and love. I take it as people usually end up different from when they were in high school. Okay, right, Cosmic Christian, you have hit the nail on the head, right? Okay, this is the perfect opportunity. I'll tell you why. This is what I do, right? Spoilers, kind of, for my fan fiction that's coming up on LewisFiction about Spider-Man 4. But this is exactly what I'd do. So... basing off that point, right? Basing off that point of Zendaya's MJ obviously changing from high school going into college, what I would do is Peter... obviously, the film's from Peter's perspective. I would have Peter not see MJ for, what, I don't know, 6 months to a year, right? So MJ's had time to change, okay? So from our perspective, it hits us in the face like a brick wall. Kind of like how it will for Peter, and we get to see Peter's reaction to this. MJ will be completely different. She has the red hair, right? She's more of a party girl, and the reason she becomes a party girl is because she feels like something is missing in her life, right? And this is how we set them up getting back together, but this also informs MJ's character, right? So she feels like there's something missing in her life. We all know as the audience that is obviously Peter Parker, because, but obviously MJ doesn't know this because her memory was wiped of Peter from existence, but in the back of her head she feels like something's missing, and this kind of gets to her. This makes her anxious. This plays on her emotional well-being, and she kind of has to fill that void. What does she fill that void with? She fills that void with partying, going out, being the MJ that we all know and love, that brave face Mary Jane Watson that we know from the comics. That is how you fill that void, right? So then MJ kind of becomes this figure of a character that's kind of not herself on the surface and has a lot of emotional depth and emotional trauma deep down. And you can somehow maybe even tie this to a backstory. I don't know. Maybe you do something with a backstory as well. This is how you do it, right? This is how you do it. And then obviously she's maybe in the background or whatever, but in Spider-Man 5 or 6, when Peter and MJ starts getting back together again, you can then start unpacking that, exploring her character, exploring why she felt so down and why she had to do this. And this is how you do it. This is how you do it. All right, Sony, take notes. Take notes, Sony. This is how you do it. Okay, this is how you get comic accurate MJ whilst also having an interesting, quite cohesive story for the character that you already have. Okay, that's how you do it. Right, my opinion, but that's all I'm saying. All right, okay. That's all I'm saying. Yes, so, sorry. I've got very passionate about that. Honestly, I'm more interested in seeing who the villain will be besides Kingpin. Scorpion is rumored, but I want Rhino too. Scorpion, Rhino, Shocker, Vulture, Molten Man. Okay, here's an interesting question. Completely off topic, but interesting question. Well, it's not off topic completely, but for the news segments, it is. In the chat right now, for those of you guys who are... oh, it's been 2 years since No Way Home canonically. Yeah, well, there you go. Perfect timing, right? For those of you in the chat right now, who is your top villain for Spider-Man 4? Tell me. Who is it? Who's your top villain? Who is your top villain? They should have Harry be older, in love with Liz. That could start his hate for Spidey because he put his girlfriend's father in jail. So they could... Oh, that's quite a good idea. I never thought about bringing Liz back. Isn't Laura Harrier like 35 now, though? That's crazy. Isn't Laura Harrier like 35 or something? That's mental. Kingpin, Scorpion, Kingpin. So we're all pretty much agreed that it's Kingpin, right? This may seem a bit far-fetched and a little off-topic, but it would be cool if we got Carly Cooper as a love interest for Peter in the MCU. Okay, so this also ties into what I'd want them to do with MJ, right? While MJ is in the background of Spider-Man 4, okay, what you do is you introduce another love interest. It more than likely will be Black Cat. She's been milked in fan fictions, right, over the past few years or so. But if it wasn't to be Black Cat, Carly Cooper is right there, and she's perfect for it. She's perfect for this kind of story. This whole... I feel like we're entering an era of Spider-Man in the MCU where... I don't know if it's just me, but the vibe feels very similar to Dan Slott's earlier run. And I feel like Carly Cooper fits in well. I don't know. I'm chatting out my house, but... I feel very much like Carly Cooper is a good shout, right? Please, Lewis, like what you did with Guardians after seeing Deadpool 3. You and Connor give your initial thoughts. That could be cool. Well, me and Connor would have to see it together. I don't know. Maybe ask Connor. I'll ask Connor. We'll see if me and Connor go and see it together. And then if we do, we'll give our first thoughts again, which is pretty cool. Last time it was so casual because it was just 20 minutes of you guys sat in the car talking about the film. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I did enjoy it. Because he's married to Liz in the comics. Exactly. It does work very well. Well, I don't know, but Scorpion should have been in No Way Home, and that would have been perfect payoff. Yeah, it could have been. I've seen a stop-motion animation of Spider-Man and Daredevil fighting Kingpin. It's so badass. Scorpion and Kingpin. So everyone kind of thinks Scorpion and Kingpin, right? So I'm going to ask you another question before we get onto the Spider-Man 4 filming dates, which, by the way, we probably should move on. But you got me talking now. In terms of love interests, who do you want in Spider-Man 4? I'm going to put a poll out, actually, because I feel like that there isn't like a wide variety of answers here in Spider-Man 4. And maybe type in the chat why. Right, maybe give your reasoning as well as to what you pick. So I'm gonna put MJ. I'm gonna put Black Cat. I'm gonna throw Carly Cooper in there, and screw it, just for a bit of spice, I'm gonna throw Gwen Stacy in there as well. See how many people pick Gwen Stacy. That's gonna be interesting. There you go. There's the poll. Liz Allen already exists, and Molten Man is a stepbrother, so I think Toombs could have had an illegitimate child and grew up to be Molten Man. That's a really good idea. Damn, Ravenous Puncher coming in with the banging story ideas. That's actually pretty cool. Black Cat's winning at the moment. Kingpin has to be superhuman. I don't care if it's comic accurate. Kingpin is a hands-on character, and as well, and I want Spidey to struggle physically with Kingpin. I think he would. Yeah. Okay, Black Cat's winning. We got Gwen Stacy in second place. MJ in second place. Gwen Stacy third. Carly Cooper. Why is Carly Cooper? I guess not many people know. Excuse me, who Carly Cooper is. Yeah, that idea of having a sponsor, very, very good. Very, very, very creative. I do like as in that's the type of idea you want in an adaptation. And it ties really well into Homecoming and the previous trilogy. So it because obviously MCU Spider-Man 4 is kind of a soft reboot for the character, isn't it, really? But this is a good connection to have where it's not too overbearing, but it's also fresh and it's new and it gives that connection to Spider-Man. I get the feeling that this new movie/trilogy might take more notes from the Brand New Day era of Dan Slott with elements from the Lee Romita College era. I 100% agree. That's why I said I get the vibe that Carly Cooper works really well, because Brand New Day was obviously Dan Slott's early run, and Carly Cooper was one of the love interests in that run. In Big Time and all that. So it does. I feel like it works. Like there's something in me that just says Carly Cooper works for this story. So I don't know. And obviously you've got to throw in Stan Lee's college era idea. I mean, looking back, great ideas from Lee. Obviously, I think the adaptations that have been done since, I think, have executed them better. But legendary, comics, you've got to take from them. I think they probably will. I think Black Cat would be a good love interest in Spider-Man 4 because she could be used to show Peter that being Spider-Man is 100% of the time isn't the life he wants or should. Yeah, and that's the thing. Once again, spoilers for my Spider-Man 4 fanfiction on LewisFilms. If you go subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to be using Black Cat as that kind of like thing on Peter where he's kind of like, okay, I'm going to be Spider-Man, but I can't be Peter Parker, sort of thing. And then when Black Cat rejects him, he's like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be Spider-Man all the time. I don't know. Sorry I'm late, says Richard Miller. Don't worry, it's all right. This is another thing actually I wanted to talk about. I totally forgot about this, right? I'm so sorry. I totally forgot about this. There's something else really big that happened MCU Spider-Man 4 related, and I've got to tell you guys. This also, I'm pretty sure this also came in from Jeff Snyder. Jeff Snyder doing the absolute rounds, right? I'm just pulling it up. I do apologize real quick. I can't find it now. Wait, there we go. Hold on. We're almost here. We're almost there. Okay. Okay, so this is what... Oh, no, so this came in from the Cosmic Circus. So this came in from Alex Perez. By the way, we discussed Alex Perez last week and the week before. We know. We know. Tucker says almost nothing confirmed. No, well, obviously nothing. Well, obviously it's not confirmed, but we know he's in the driving seat for the role, the director role, Justin Lin, from a very reliable source. I might add, by the way. I wouldn't put it in the title or the thumbnail if it wasn't big news. But yeah, this is it. So here we go. So this is coming in from Alex Perez, right? This is the description we're getting for Spider-Man 4, by the way. As the title of As the title of Spider-Man continues to consume Peter's life little by little, Peter Parker will take a seat and continue to fade from existence slowly. And then he goes on to say, the idea now, moving forward, is to give him a sense of independence. In his mind, Peter Parker is no more, but Spider-Man lives on. Right? And this is what... I think this is amazing. Anything from Daniel RPK? No, nothing from Daniel RPK this week. But that came from Alex Perez. That's crazy. That's crazy, right? So we are getting the story that we want. Despite the fighting with Sony and Marvel, we are getting the story. We are getting the story that we want, right? Okay, I gotta stop commenting on, otherwise Lewis is gonna spoil all his projects. I'm sorry, I can't help but talking about him. But yeah, no. So we are getting the story that we want, according to Alex Perez, who, by the way, is another really reliable insider in the community in Hollywood. He's a really, really reliable insider. Obviously, writer for the Cosmic Circus, right? So this is big stuff. Man, Super Chat won't let me give you money. Oh, you don't have to give me money. You don't have to give me money. You don't have to give me money. I do appreciate that, but you don't have to give me money. I love you guys, being here as it is. You know what I'm saying? If they continue the home name, which I hope not, I feel like it'll be called Home Lost. I really hope they don't. I hope they do something different. I love the description. It's comparable to Matt Reeves' The Batman. It kind of is. So here's my pitch for Molten Man in the MCU. He's an illegitimate child of Tombs who is a mutant with 5 powers. Him being differentiated due to his mutant physiology makes him a villain. I think that's cool because I think that could also tie to the X-Men as well. Do you think that Johnny Storm would become a Spider-Man supporting character in the comics and in the MCU since they are best friends? I think they'll cross over at some point. I don't think you have time to do it in the comics though. Because in the comics, I don't think you have time to do it in the movies though. Like as fleshed out as it is in the comics, because movies are very limited. So I think we'll see it in crossover films like Secret Wars, but I don't think we'll see it directly as like supporting characters of each other's films. I don't think Spider-Man will be a supporting character of Fantastic Four. I don't think Johnny Storm will be a supporting character of Spider-Man 4 or the Spider-Man trilogy. But I do think they might have a cameo. They might show up. They definitely will interact in Secret Wars or an Avengers film. The Spider-Man 4 title will be Spider-Man Homeless. Call it the Web of Spider-Man. Does Spider-Man 4 getting a new director mean Holland and Feige will win and the movie will be street-level film? Well, from that description that we got from Alex Perez, it very much seems so. Lewis, what's your review at X-Men 97? I haven't seen it yet, but when I do, I definitely will, because I really want to watch it. Members will be getting a little video on it. Just call it Spectacular Spider-Man. That'd be cool. Well, if they did confirm who the Fantastic Four are. Yeah, honestly, there's a good theory that they'll take elements from the storyline in the 90s called Over the Edge, where he loses himself to the mask and even calls himself the Spider. I think, Dave, you've hit another good point. Hit on another good point there. It very much seems like that's the direction they're going. So yeah, the idea of Peter be Spidey most of the time and not focus on Peter Parker stuff really gives off a similar narrative to the Batman, where Bruce focused more on Batman than Bruce Wayne. Absolutely. Yeah. Eddie says he's watching all the 90s shows. Does it have to be home related in the MCU Spider-Man? Well, I don't think so. I think they'll change it. I like how recent projects Spider-Man released are using words like web and spider, the spider within the great web. Yeah, they are actually. They are. But either way, let's move on to let's move on to Spider-Man 4 filming dates. So apparently, according to Jeff Snyder, once again, Spider-Man 4 is going to start filming this September or October. So in that region. So obviously September, October, obviously months that are back to back. So it looks like that it's going to be filming within that range. So we've got about a 60-day range where it's going to start, which is pretty accurate. Like it's not like he's saying, oh, it'll film this year, later this year. No, September, October apparently is when they're planning to film. So that's interesting. And if it does, then it actually kind of scares me a little bit. Because if it does start filming in September, October, this means that it's definitely coming out next year. And I want this. I'd love to get this film next year, right? I really would. But I'd rather get it in 2026. I really would. I'd really love to get this film in 2026. Because then I know 100% deep down it's not going to get rushed. But if it films in September or October, it's going to come out December 2025. It will. It'll come out December 2025. It'll be a Christmas film or something. I don't know. It'll come out December 2025. So yeah, I'm just hoping that if they do film in September, October, it means the script is done, because that's another worry I have. If they're filming in, less than half a year, is the script going to be done? Are they going to be ready? I don't know. I'm concerned. That's all. I don't want them to rush this. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Especially if a new director's coming in. You know, you expect a new director. He's got 2 studios in both ears. You know, he's got to handle, you know, now A-list actor Tom Holland, Zendaya. He's got to handle maybe more cast members, massive production, big budget, and he's got to get the film out within a year. You know, like, come on now. Let's not do that. You know, I want this film to be great. You know, give the director time, give the screenwriters time, give everyone time. We got to get this film has to be perfect. And I know it's been 4 years since No Way Home, December 2025, when that rolls around. But still, I'm still saying, you know, I'm willing to wait half a decade, right? I'm willing. Do you think that every version of Spider-Man has to have Miles Morales become and take up the mantle of Spider-Man? Personally, I do not want every Spider-Man. No, of course it doesn't. But you know, of course, no. I don't think so. No. But then again, it's like saying, well, does every version of Miles Morales have to have Peter Parker? That's all. No, that's also the case. Some would argue yes, but I don't think that's the case either. Does every version of Spider-Gwen have to have Peter Parker? No. Does every version of Miles Morales have to have Gwen Stacy? No. Does every version of you know, Jessica Drew Spider-Woman have to have Peter Parker? No. Does every version of we could go on, right? I think it's indifferent. It depends what you want to do with the story. So I'd disagree. Yeah, no, I'd agree. Sorry with you. Hi, Lewis. Love your fan fictions. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. What do you think about this leak for Beyond the Spider-Verse, where Earth 32, Miles and his uncle are doing a Robin Hood Batman thing? Oh, I did hear about this. This came out quite a while ago, didn't I? I heard about this. I think that could be quite cool. I mean, they're kind of anti-villains then at that point, aren't they? The writer of No Way Home said that Peter and MJ effectively switched personalities in No Way Home. MJ has Peter's optimism, and Peter has MJ's nihilistic attitude, a lot closer to the comics, which is quite interesting. I hope this idea is not a cheap attempt to remove personal storytelling for Peter so that they can focus on only cameos and big events. I really, really agree, and I hope the same as well. Lewis's goal should be to appear in an upcoming Spider-Man project, Spider-Man 4 Beyond the Spider-Verse, Madam Web 2, Mobius Morbin Time. Oh, how I would love to be in a Mobius sequel. You know what? Petition to show... You know what? In fact, yes. Let's do it. I'd love to do that. If I got asked to come and be in a Spider-Man film, I'm there day one. I'm there on the set when they don't even need me. I'm there. Obviously, it would probably only be an extra role because, you know, I'm definitely not a good enough actor to be anywhere near a you know, even a cameo. Yeah, Marvel seems overpacked in 2025. They need to wait till 26. That as well, you know, Marvel Studios. We can't forget as well that Marvel Studios is also involved, and Marvel Studios already have a lot on their plate. So you know, we can't forget that. Where they're filming Spider-Man 4, we all need to go. Yeah, I think it'll probably be Atlanta. It'll be Atlanta. No, it won't be Atalanta. That's in Italy. Freaking hell, man. Atalanta's in Italy. No, it won't be there. It'll be in Atlanta. Atlanta? Yeah, it'll be in Atlanta, not Atalanta. It'll be Atlanta. It'll be in Atlanta and New York, probably. Those are the 2 places they'll probably film. I think Atlanta will probably be more behind closed doors, as they usually do. But then I think New York will be out in the streets, kind of like how they did with Daredevil Born Again, and obviously Far From Home, and you know, various other movies. You know, New York. I think New York gives like 150 leases to films a year, which is kind of crazy, actually. That's kind of crazy to think about. That when I went to New York, I went on a superhero tour where they took you around different places that superheroes are filmed, and they said like the New York like council gives out like 150 leases to films a year, and like superhero films are like 100 of them or something. Like it's like a big proportion of them, should I say? Like a lot of them. Shows how many superhero movies there are nowadays. What if Spider-Man had Spider-Mobile for his crime fighting? Well, they kind of do that in the games, don't they? Yeah. Does anyone remember when Miles was teased at the end of the Brazilian version of No Way Home? Was he? What? Was he? I was never informed of this. They teased Miles Morales in the Brazilian No Way Home? The Brazilian one? Damn. Alright. How? How did they do that? I never knew about this. When did this happen? That's kind of interesting, I ain't gonna lie. That's very interesting. That's very, very interesting. Or Spider Tracers. Oh, Spider Tracers would be cool. In new Avengers film setups to face Doctor Doom, like heroic moment speech with Andrew or Toby. Yeah, Miles had subtitles with his parents talking, I believe. Wow, that's kind of cool. I didn't know that. The Rats No Way Home said that Peter and MJ effectively... Oh, I read that one. Henry Cavill is in the MCU. His role is this year, but we don't know what it is. It's something like Agatha and not Deadpool. It'd be so funny. I think, you know, here's a wild shout. I think Henry Cavill's going to play Wolverine. I think he's going to play Wolverine. You hear his mum yelling, Miles. Do you? That is really cool. I never knew that. But either way, let's talk about the Spider Within. So talking about Miles Morales. The Spider Within comes out tomorrow. The trailer was released today. The reason I haven't done a reaction is because the whole movie comes out tomorrow. So I'll probably do a reaction video. I'll probably end up doing a reaction video to the film. But obviously I won't show the whole film. I'll probably chop it up, the best bits, because obviously it's on YouTube. So fair use and that for YouTube content creators. So I get to do it. I get to do it. So I'll probably end up reacting to it. So yeah. I'll react to it, and obviously we'll watch it together, I guess, which is really cool. But the trailer came out. It looked really good. I've been waiting for this short to come out. I was really confused because they announced this short, like... They announced it, like, 6 months ago. Or no, even a year ago. I think they announced it, like, a year ago now or something. You guys will have to let me know. I forgot. But they announced it ages ago. And people saw it. People had already seen it. Didn't it finish when, like, Across the Spider-Verse finished or something? I don't know. Why doesn't it come out on Friday like Beyond the Spider-Verse was meant to? I don't know. Oh, wait, doesn't it come out tomorrow? It comes out Friday? Oh, right, okay. The Brazilian ending, you can hear some people in the background next to Peter's new apartment. If you translate what they said, it's Miles' parents yelling him to go to bed. That's crazy. That's crazy. So maybe Miles Morales is in Spider-Man 4. That's crazy. Question, do you want Tom Spidey to make his own gadgets or just stick with web shooters? His own gadgets would be cool as long as they're not very techy. I've already seen the Spider Within on TikTok, just so you know. Oh, wait, you've already seen it? Imagine if they introduced Paul into the MCU. Oh, I'd cry. Do you think that it's a mistake that Spider-Gwen is a love interest to Miles? No, I don't. Because I differentiate it this way. I think Gwen Stacy is a love interest for Peter Parker, and I think Spider-Gwen is a love interest for Miles Morales. And that's the way I differentiate it. If they start cross-pollinating that, like if they start putting Spider-Gwen with Peter Parker and normal Gwen Stacy with Miles Morales, then it's going to start get a bit weird, right? But until that happens, I don't think it's... I don't mind it. I forgot to mention that I've seen shorts that Tom and Zendaya are controlling. Controlling? You mean like... Controlling as in wanting the film to go their way? And if so, then fair play to him, because Tom needs to stop Sony from fricking screwing this film up. He really does. I already have my notifications on to watch it tomorrow. Which is your favourite Spider-Man film? Spider-Man 2, Tobey Maguire. If they base the filming of Spider-Man 4 is going to be in Manhattan, like Daredevil Born... Oh, yeah. No, yeah. It will be, yeah. Wait, have MJ's new love interest in Spider-Man 4 be Paul? Oh, no, please, for the love of God. I mean, as long as they write him okay. But either way, that is pretty much it for the news today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. As always, thank you very much for coming. I do appreciate all the love and support. I do want to make an announcement, though. Next week's stream, the stream's getting laggy. Yeah, I think I just saw it flash up red on my OBS, but it's come back to normal now. I want to announce next week's stream will be on the Monday because I'm unfortunately not here on the Tuesday. So it's going on the Monday, and yeah, so Monday 7 p.m. UK time, that is when it will be up. But thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate all the love and support. Do you think Invincible show up do you think Spider-Man will show up in Invincible Season 2? I do not. I do not. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure once again. I do appreciate all of you coming on. Thanks. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. It'll be the 1st of April next stream. Oh my God, it will be. Jeez. But yeah, thanks for watching. And Spider-Gwen audio drama coming soon on LewisFilms. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so we can, you know, get the support for that going, because it's coming out very soon. And yeah, thank you very much. See you next week. Peace.